Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unscaled Travel Show. We're so glad you're here. You look good today. I like that smile on you. Is that a new shirt? Come on. You got it on sale, I'm sure. Smart person. I'm here with my co-explorer, Amy.
Hi.
Yeah, we got a fun show for you today. We're talking about Brooklyn, one of America's iconic,
Neighborhoods?
Well, no, it's not a neighborhood.
Boroughs?
It's a borough. I was going to say city. And it kind of is its own little city. It was its own city at one point. A little bit of history, a little vote. And then all of a sudden it's merged with New York. But it is still a really fascinating and an iconic place to visit. There's so much to do. We went there recently, had a really good time. And, we're going to share those experiences with you. Some landmarks, some neighborhoods to check out, places to eat, things to do. That's what we do here at Unscaled. We're coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. You can check them out, diamondbacklandsurveying.com for all of your land surveying needs. Love it, man. I didn't know what to expect in Brooklyn. I thought Brooklyn was just, just a piece of New York. I was a little ignorant to it. I didn't know it had all of this history, all of this character to it. But you kind of educated me on a lot of it. You have spent a little bit of time in Brooklyn now.
Yeah, I've been there twice so far this year. And with you, I did not know what to expect the first time I went. And I happened to be staying in the part of Brooklyn that's called Dumbo. It's right when you come off the bridges from Manhattan into Brooklyn. And it's actually very trendy, which I was not expecting. But if you want that great Manhattan skyline view, you're getting it from Dumbo. And that was the first thing I noticed when I pulled up to that hotel right there on the water and saw Manhattan in the distance. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's very walkable. The neighborhoods are very walkable. Of course, everything in New York is a premium. Parking's a premium and things like that. But once you are parked and settled where you're going to be, it is a wonderful place. You can just get out and stroll around. And some of those, these landmarks. And now Brooklyn is a pretty sizable area. We didn't get to go to all of it. And doing all of it in a day is good luck.
Right.
Trying to do it all in a day. So you actually do need a few different trips to take in all of Brooklyn. So the areas that we kind of, on this trip, hung around was, like you mentioned, the Dumbo neighborhood, Coney Island, maybe the Brooklyn, I think, Brooklyn Heights area, and things like that. So that's kind of what we're focusing on. There are, of course, I think there's 8 neighborhoods in Brooklyn itself, and they're all worth checking out. But those are the areas we're concentrating on today. So some of those iconic Brooklyn landmarks. The number one, probably one of the most famous bridges, if not the most famous bridge in the entire world. People around the world, as soon as you see a picture, even if they don't know quite what's going on, they know that bridge. That's the beautiful Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I mean, there's, I think, 5 bridges coming from Manhattan over to the Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island area, but it is by far the most beautiful bridge. All beautiful brickwork on it, and at night it's all lit up. It's just gorgeous. It
is. I mean, and it's been around for a while. It was open. It opened in 1883, so been around for a minute. For a long time, it was the longest suspension bridge in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 1,595.5 feet. You got to add that 0.5 in there. Really important because it was the longest suspension bridge for 20 years until the nearby Williamsburg Bridge. They were just being petty. They beat them out by 4.5 feet to claim the title 20 years later. That Brooklyn Bridge is just synonymous with kind of Brooklyn and New York in general.
Yeah.
Kind of part of that whole skyline aesthetic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it's just a really beautiful place. And if you're down in that area, there's so many great places to, depending on the time of the day, grab pictures.
Well, and
of
that's
it.
the bridge when you see people like in movies and TV shows and you see people walking across a bridge, it's the Brooklyn Bridge that they're walking on because there's a separate walkway, like kind of above where the lanes where the cars drive, that is just for pedestrians and bike riders. Yep. So when you see people on the screen walking across a bridge in New York, it's most likely the Brooklyn Bridge.
It almost always is that Brooklyn Bridge every day. 150,000 cars, 30,000 pedestrians, and over 3,000 cyclists cross that bridge every single day. So it stood the test of time and would continue to do so. Another great area to kind of check out once you're moving around in Brooklyn is Prospect Park.
Yeah.
A place that we got to walk around and see a little bit of because it has, it's a really nice area. I mean, it's like almost 600 acres of land that they set aside, again, back in the 1800s. Great forethought there to set aside this kind of urban, or this oasis in this urban area, but it has a zoo. It's got a botanical garden.
A big botanical garden.
I mean, it's huge. We got to go by the zoo.
We did.
We saw some monkeys and stuff.
You know, I didn't know what to expect. It is a smaller zoo, but it was a nice little escape from the city to go into this small zoo. It was hot. Most of the zoo is indoors too, so that was nice to be in air conditioning. But you saw a lot of people with little kids going into the little exhibits, and it was just kind of a nice little escape from the city for an hour or two.
It was fun, and you had a favorite.
I did.
Well, what were the name of those monkeys?
The TT monkeys.
The what? Excuse me? Miss, this is a family show. We're going to keep that above board. But I will not make a joke.
I liked them.
Why did you like them so much?
They're coupling monkeys. While we were looking at them, the male and the female were sitting right next to each other on a branch, and their long tails had wrapped around each other to keep them close. And it said that in the mornings they sing together. They don't sing like you and I sing.
Beyonce? They sing Halo, Halo.
They serenade each other in the morning. So I just thought it was adorable. And we happened to see them on what was our wedding anniversary. So it just felt very appropriate.
There's also the Brooklyn Museum, which is huge. And they have a public library, which is also, a very popular area that you can spend entire days just venturing out there into Prospect Park. Excuse me. So from Prospect Park, though, we made our way a bit south to the famed Coney Island.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was so much fun. I had zero expectations. Always heard about it.
Yeah.
You see it in countless movies. If they're in New York, if they walk over the Brooklyn Bridge, they're going to Coney Island or something like that. And all of a sudden, they're on a roller coaster eating Nathan's famous hot dogs.
Which we did both of those, but not at the same time.
We did. That darn wooden roller coaster, okay? The Cyclone roller coaster opened in 1927. So it's got 100 years coming up on it, and it felt every one of those 100 years. That thing scared me to death. I attempted to have video of it.
You did.
I was going to video our ride on this, and if you check it out, if you go to our website, you can check out the beginning part of the video, and then promptly where I almost dropped my phone and had to just grip it for dear life as man, that thing moves.
It did. And they pushed that bar down pretty tight. So I felt snug before we took off. But once it starts hitting those curves, I was sliding back and forth in my seat. I ended up bracing this way to stop me from being flung one side to the other.
Flinging all over the place. It did. It popped my back in so many ways. So old. I got off there. I still am not right. It's been a while ago now, and my back is still something. It hurts. But, it was a lot of fun to kind of walk the boardwalk and eat a hot dog and kind of be a New Yorker for a minute, if I'm allowed to say that. So keep it right here. It's the Unscaled Travel Show. We're talking Brooklyn. We'll be back in just a moment.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long. So happy that you're here. I'm here with my co-explorer, Amy.
Hi.
We're talking about Brooklyn, the wonderful borough there in New York City. That was a horrible.
That was awful.
That was horrible. Send your complaints to Amy at unscaledtravelshow.com. We were talking about different iconic landmarks and everything. We were chatting about Coney Island.
Yeah.
And walking along the boardwalk, and just we picked up some lunch there. We got a Nathan's Famous hot dog. We wanted a little bit of different things. So we got a Nathan's Famous hot dog, plain. Yeah. Well, we did put
mustard on it. Yeah.
And then I think they had chicken fingers.
We got some chicken strips.
Really popular. Yeah. Like it wasn't the original. I thought it was the original Nathan's, but that's not the one on the boardwalk. That's the one at the corner of Surf and I think Stillwell.
Yeah, right by the subway
the original
station.
Nathan's Famous.
Which is, like, you can see it from the boardwalk.
It's like 100 yards away or something like that.
Had we known, we would have just walked to that one so we could have eaten at the original.
But the one on the boardwalk is very popular.
Yeah.
I mean, they had long lines started to form there, but they were quick about it, man. They were slinging dogs.
They were churning that food out.
Slinging dogs. And just, did you remember the old In Living Color skit with Tommy Davidson? He was a short order cook. I'm telling people how old I am now, but he just used to fling stuff at people, just like, anyway. They were flinging dogs and chicken fingers, but you get it. Surprisingly fresh, surprisingly good.
Yeah.
If you push out of your mind hot dogs, some people have an affinity for those things, but it was fun to just kind of walk the boardwalk.
It was.
Which stretches, it's a good ways. It's like almost 3 miles of boardwalk along the waterfront there.
Right.
On Coney Island. And they have amusement parks, like the Luna Amusement Park. Of course, all of these things date back to the early 1900s. A little bit of trivia for you. If you want to amaze your friends at a party, you say, what was the... what date did the first hotel open on Coney Island? Because it's been a popular getaway for folks in that area for a very long time.
I'm going to guess, I don't know.
Because you're looking at the show notes.
I'm not. I'm going to guess, I don't know, around 1900.
Close. It's not a bad guess. 1829.
Oh, wow. Okay, I was off.
1829 was when the first hotel opened there. And that area was super popular way before then. So people have been going to Coney Island. It is a tradition when you go to the Brooklyn, New York area.
Yeah.
You need to go by there. And it's super easy to get to. We actually took the train over there, which was just a couple of stops, a couple of minutes on the train, and boom, we were right there.
Yeah. And like you said, we rode the Cyclone, the wooden coaster. What we didn't ride, but we were commenting on, was the Wonder Wheel, which is a unique take on a Ferris wheel, but the carts don't just suspend from one spot. They are on tracks that swing back and forth, which we happened to do a Wonder Wheel somewhere else with our kids, and it was the most terrifying ride I have ever been on.
If you've ever been to Disneyland in California, California Adventures,
yes,
they have that big Mickey Ferris wheel thing. That is what Wonder Wheel is, and it slides some carts out and shakes back and forth. And it's terrifying if you're not really expecting it, and not
like you don't know. You think you're just getting on a regular Ferris wheel, and then all of a sudden your car is sliding across the Ferris wheel and swinging.
It is our daughter's favorite ride to this day. She was terrified of this thing, and like any good parents, when she was crying, we were laughing, and we remind her of it often. Actually, I think we took a picture of it and sent it to her.
We did.
We're like, "Hey, it's your favorite ride," and I think she wouldn't talk to us for like a week. But, that's Parenting 101 here on Unscaled Travel Show. So those neighborhoods, we're talking about the landmarks, but the neighborhoods themselves of Brooklyn And there are, I think, are like 8 distinct neighborhoods, like the Red Hook District and Williamsburg and like Park Slope and different places. But the ones that we spent time in mainly, and I know it's very touristy, but we went to Dumbo and Brooklyn Heights. So it's kind of the areas that we walked around in, even though I did want to get over to Williamsburg. Williamsburg is like real hip and trendy. They got a big art scene, had this young energy to it. But we didn't get a chance to get over. We didn't have that much time to get over there. So we did spend most of our time in the Brooklyn Heights and Dumbo. And I didn't know that Dumbo actually stands for something. Yeah. I thought it was just after the Disney movie or something. I was like, oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
They named it after a very depressing Disney movie. But no, it actually stands for Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass. I did not know that.
Who was like, we need to name this neighborhood? What is it?
Well, people just got tired of saying that. They're like, that neighborhood over there that's down under the Manhattan Bridge overpass. Dumbo? Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
You really think that's how it came about?
Forget about it. I don't know what. But it's upscale. I think it's starting to trend more kind of in the touristy sector, good or bad. You make up your own mind there. But it does have a lot of that historic charm to it. More hotels are popping up, giving it kind of that luxury, modern luxury feel. A lot of like upscale eateries, I would say, that are in that area, but it's also very walkable. That's where you're going to find that famous picture of the red brick buildings down there, and then the Manhattan Bridge is usually centered up between there. And, everyone, I took it. Yeah. I had to.
They have platforms built on the side of the road for people to stop and take pictures of this particular view that, again, you see in movies and TV shows. It always is, somebody's neighborhood, somebody's apartment building in New York, and it's actually in Brooklyn.
And they walk across that street, and you're like, did they all live in that one apartment building? Yeah, apparently they do. But that's where you're going to find the Brooklyn Bridge Park. And also a fun thing, we did Jane's Carousel.
Oh, right.
The beautifully restored carousel that was built, I think, in 1922 in Philadelphia and kind of shipped over. But it's a beautiful old carousel that is still only a couple of bucks to ride.
Yeah, I think it was $3 a person.
$3 a person for this nice little trip around. Well, I don't know. You don't go anywhere. You just go in a circle. But
spin.
A spin. It's a sit and spin. I don't know. Jane's Carousel is there. And there's also fun places like tons of art galleries. And one of your favorite places, the Time Out Market.
Yeah, so the Time Out Market, there's a few of them around the world, but this one opened not too long ago in Brooklyn. They call it a food hall, but there's also places to shop in there. There's also some office space on some of the higher floors, but it's just a really fun place to hang out. And outside of the building is the carousel, but I happen to be walking down there over the weekend, and it's just a really fun vibe and music and people hanging out, and you have the skyline in the distance. It's kind of just a cool hangout place with great food.
Huh. I walked in there and instantly the people kind of shooed me out.
Oh, please.
They were like, "Oh, you go." But I was like, "Oh no, this isn't really nice." But tons of places to eat and everything. So we'll continue to kind of look at these neighborhoods, Dumbo and Brooklyn Heights, here in a second. We'll give you some fun places to eat, too, as we look around Brooklyn. It's Unscaled Travel Show.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. So happy that you're here. We're talking about Brooklyn, some of the iconic landmarks, great places to eat. I'm here with my co-explorer, Amy.
Hi, guys.
We're coming to you from the beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Sin City itself. We're brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying, diamondbacklandsurveying.com for all of your land surveying needs. Thank you so much to Trent, Lisa Keenan, always supporting us, supporting the show. And thank you, each and every one of you who go and visit the website or listen to the show on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or on any of our wonderful affiliates around the world. We appreciate you guys so much. special shout out to our friends in New Zealand, our friends in Australia, in the UK, listening to us. We appreciate you guys so much. We can't wait to visit all of you soon.
Right. Hopefully soon.
Hopefully very soon. But right now we're talking Brooklyn. We kind of mentioned, when we were going to break, we were talking about some of the neighborhoods. We mainly stayed in Dumbo and we mainly stayed in like Brooklyn Heights. But we did find some nice little eateries and some coffee shops while we were there. And it's a good and a bad thing because like I love going to those places and finding these little, you don't want to call them hole in the walls, but these kind of off the beaten path. Oh, I hate that phrase.
Lesser known
areas. But sometimes you just need a cup of coffee.
Right.
Sometimes you just need to go to, if there's a crowd, especially in New York,
right,
there's a reason there's a crowd because the food or whatever is so good. And some of these places are like that. And some of these places are kind of touristy because they're just in the area. So, if you are, we started our morning looking like always for coffee.
Right.
We're not really breakfast people.
No.
You more so than me.
Yeah. I want to eat something, but I don't want a big breakfast. So I'm like, what's something like grab and go type breakfast to have with our coffee? So
but I am a coffee person. Right. Like if I don't even talk to people before, or if I do, it's grunts. Get out of the way.
But he's not just a coffee in the morning person. He drinks coffee all day long.
All day.
I'm surprised there's not a coffee in front of him right now.
How do you know there's not? I almost choked on my water here, trying to be smooth, and I almost died. Hey, do you like my new?
I do like your new water bottle.
Yeah, it's like a Parks of the USA water bottle thing, but you put stickers on it. I really like it. I know a lot of you can't see it, but it's like really nice. I don't know, just there's a special shout out. But anyway, we were looking for coffee in Brooklyn, and we went to, what was the name of the place?
Arabica.
Arabica? Is that how you say it?
Yes, or that's how I think you say it. And it is. There are a few locations in New York. It's not a big chain, but I think they have 3 or 4 locations. So there happened to be one right around the corner from our hotel, and there were, looking through the window, quite a few people in there. Yeah. So immediately we're like, must be good, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, and what's amazing is it's almost like an Apple store. When you walk in, I was like, oh, they have iPads here. But like you walk in and the menu kind of blew me away.
Right.
Because they had coffee roasts from around the world.
Yes, they did.
I got a Kyoto.
You got a Kyoto latte, and I got a Spanish latte, which was really good. It had these wonderful, like, spicy notes to it.
Yeah, the Kyoto one was like almost a little bit sweet. The beans by themselves, the roast by itself was almost a little bit sweet, and it was. I mean, it was delicious.
It was. I didn't know what to expect, but I was pleasantly surprised by my coffee.
Coffee's good whenever you're thinking about it later. Right. Like we were walking around later. It was, I forget what time of the day. And I was like, because you just told everyone that I drink coffee all day. And I remember going, oh man, that cup of coffee was so good.
Right.
And I wish I had another one right there. And it just like, once you've had a really good cup of coffee, you can't just go to,
you can't just pick up anything.
I don't want to say, like a dirty place like 7-Eleven or something like that. But you can't just go to some of these places and like
just get regular drip.
Well, there goes that sponsorship.
No, we love 7-Eleven, especially more in Japan.
Yes.
Back to Brooklyn.
Anyway, back to Brooklyn. So we did the coffee, and then you actually went to a really popular spot that actually has a Michelin star.
Yes, the River Cafe. Yeah. It is directly under where the Brooklyn Bridge comes into Dumbo. And right next to it is the ferry station for that area. So, but the River Cafe is extremely popular. And the night I actually got into town, there was a wedding there. And you can walk by. They have a beautiful outside garden. And then they have their actual formal restaurant is a barge on the water. And then they also have a little terrace on the side. And this wedding happened to be in the garden. And then the reception was set up on the terrace. And it was lovely. People just go and hang out in the garden all the time. Because I actually went back the next night for dinner inside. And when we came out, the garden was just full of people sitting there enjoying it. It's just lovely.
Yeah, I got to walk by it. Again, another one of those places they shooed me off. No. I tend to look derelict when I walk around places. I don't know why. Actually, on this trip, I tried to look nicer.
You did.
I brought like nice clothes, and it was so hot. It was so humid.
It was very humid.
That by the like 30 minutes after leaving the hotel, I looked derelict again. And that's the nice way. Look at me using big words.
I'm proud of you.
The River Cafe, but also you mentioned another place in that Timeout Market that you...
Right. So I picked up food at this place called Jacob's Pickles, which is local. I know it's
not
hilarious.
real. That is not real. That's not a real place.
It is real. And
like
it
those
is
monkeys you mentioned
local
earlier.
to New York.
Okay.
But it is Southern food. So they do chicken and biscuits, and they make the biggest chicken and biscuit sandwich you have ever seen. It is like the size of a dinner plate.
Really?
I am not joking. I took a picture, and you can't tell the scale in the picture. So I had to like put a bag next to it so you could see how big this piece of chicken was. It was giant. I couldn't even eat half of it.
Who are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to prove the size of a chicken sandwich to?
I was sending it to
Where
you.
do you need proof? Where do you need proof
Well,
of that?
because if you think of a chicken sandwich, you're usually like, oh, the size of a hamburger. No, this was like the size of a dinner plate. It was giant.
I don't
3
think
people
about
could have
chicken
eaten on
sandwiches
this.
like that. I never just sit around and go, I wonder how big that chicken sandwich is.
I didn't either until I saw one.
Well, maybe sometimes I do. I don't know. I think about coffee like that. I don't see where you would need to prove that. Like,
anyway, it was a really good chicken and biscuit sandwich. And they have like a few different flavors of chicken, like the Nashville hot, or I got honey glazed chicken, a few different things. And they put it on these giant slabs of Southern biscuits.
but what of the pickles?
They also do pickles.
You
know
don't
how
like-
some
you
people
don't like pickles,
I
though.
don't like pickles, but most people love them. So
Okay.
you can also go buy giant pickle. Hilarious, I know.
Okay. All right. We got to move on from that. Jacob's Pickles in Timeout Market. I still don't think that's a real place. Another really popular spot actually, it's like right next to the River Cafe is Luke's Lobster.
Right.
A lot of people lined up there. I tried to, and it was closed. I got there right at closing. They had already served their last customer. But people line up for a lobster roll or, their other offerings there. So Luke's Lobster. And I did eat at Miso Sushi, and that's in the Dumbo neighborhood. But miso was really, really good. And it's for that area, the pricing of it. Now, sushi, again, there's so many jokes about like, what is the price of sushi? Right? I know the price of a good steak pretty much. Sushi can range anywhere. It can be $6 for a roll, or it can be $300 for a roll because it's covered in caviar or something. I don't know. So sushi is just up in the air. But it was really good, and it was affordable, and I ate it up. It was just me, and I just had so much fun. And mic drop. There you go.
No, I wasn't with you. You just kept telling me about the sushi you had. And then when we were
going on and on
when we were
about
walking
sushi.
around, you're like, there it is. There's the sushi place. And I'm like, okay, I don't like sushi, so good for you. I'm glad you had some.
We passed it like 4 times, and every single time I was like, there's the sushi place. Mark it down.
So mark it down, people.
So there you go, Miso Sushi. We're continuing on our travel through Brooklyn. All right, keep it right here. It's the Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long, your host, and I'm joined with my co-explorer, as always, Amy.
Hi.
We are exploring Brooklyn, just walking around, getting a feel for the neighborhoods, the eateries, the fun places to go, like Coney Island, and different things like that. And so we're so happy you joined us. We're coming to you from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying, our friends over there, diamondbacklandsurveying.com. We were chatting about some of the fun places that we got to eat. We mentioned some beautiful places to go get coffee. What was it called again?
Arabica.
Arabica?
That's how I see it.
Someone's going to be like, it's Arabica. That doesn't sound right at all. I am off on
Don't
that
correct
one.
me.
No, okay, yeah. We got to stay at the One Hotel Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
Which is right there at the Brooklyn Bridge. Obviously, it's in the name. But it's really, I think it's a good place because of the rooftop bar.
Right.
They have a rooftop bar that gives you that iconic Manhattan skyline. And it's a treat both in the daytime and the night.
Right. I mean, from the rooftop, you can see not only the Brooklyn Bridge in one direction, the New York skyline or Manhattan skyline in one direction, in the different direction, and the Statue of Liberty in the opposite direction. Like, it's a 360 roof, and almost every direction you look is something you want to stop and take a picture of.
Yeah, and I mentioned it not only because of the beautiful views, which are worth the trip there to One Hotel anyway, but it's also a place where Harriet's Rooftop Bar.
Right.
They have a bar up there. It's oftentimes you'll find couples for celebrating after their ceremony or something like that, or you'll have companies buy it out because it is really, really neat when you go up there. I mean, it's unobstructed views, and right below it is the park that
the Brooklyn Bridge Park.
Yeah, it's Brooklyn Bridge Park.
Yeah. I mean, when I got into town, it was Friday night, and you could see when you pulled up to the hotel, tons of people up there. It just looked like the place to be. I was a little tired, so I wasn't really in the right mind frame for that. But the next night, it was nice to go up there, have a drink. They had some music playing, gorgeous views, and just sit and enjoy being in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And having this gorgeous view in front of you as the sun set. It was super nice. I
feel like it was like one of those places where, like in a movie or something like that, they would definitely have a scene, and that's where it's very cool. That's where the scene is, where the main protagonist is shown to be so cool and hip. They're like, no one else knows where this spot is. It's like really naturally on the water right there. Everybody knows about it. But
and even if you don't want to be on the roof, there's a second bar right below the level below it that is inside and has very similar views.
Absolutely. Harriet's Rooftop Bar there. And also in that same location downstairs is another restaurant that you really enjoyed.
Yeah, the Osprey or Osprey. I don't know how you say
Osprey?
it. Osprey?
Maybe.
Okay. After the bird?
I'm from the South, so Osprey.
The
I don't
Osprey? Anyway.
Okay. Clip that part of the show.
They do lunch and dinner. Mm-hmm. I ate both in there, and they have indoor
At the
outdoor.
same time?
No.
Oh.
I was there for a couple of days.
You were hungry.
So I had lunch one day, dinner a different day. Really nice. Indoor outdoor seating, just kind of a nice place to be. The outdoor seating, you get a lot of people coming in from the Brooklyn Bridge Park, just stopping to eat before they go back out at the park. It was just kind of a really, laid back experience, but the food was really good.
We have given you a few locations here. The Osprey Miso Sushi. Hey, did you see Miso Sushi? It's right down there. Luke's Lobster, Jacob's Pickles. In timeout. That is not a real place. The River Cafe. But there's also, there are so many other places too, even if you want like sweet treats.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan of the Netflix program, Nailed It. Like I am. And we all are. And it's our daughter's, like one of her favorite shows too. Is he the head chef? Yeah, I know he's one of the judges.
He's one of the judges. He is Mr. Chocolate.
No.
Yes.
I am not saying Mr. Chocolate.
That's what his moniker
I am
is,
not
Mr. Chocolate.
No, sir. You can't be and call another grown man Mr. Chocolate. Jacques Torres, though, is one of the judges on Nailed It, which is a hilarious show, by the way. But he has an actual chocolate store in the Dumbo neighborhood.
Yeah. And we went in, picked up some chocolates, which we ate.
It was very early in the morning.
It was very early in the morning.
The workers were surprised.
They were. I think they had just opened. Inside is also an ice cream store, so they were getting everything ready. They also sell cookies, all these other things with chocolates. But we walked in, just tons of different things covered in chocolate. So we ended up getting
sounds weird.
Chocolate covered macadamia nuts, chocolate covered dried blueberries, and something else. I don't remember, but yeah, we eaten almost all of it before we even left the New York area.
I see a team up with Jacques Torres chocolate and Jacob's pickles. If they cover anything in chocolate and send it out, then those giant chicken sandwiches you were talking about. Like, what did you use as a measuring thing? A bag. A plastic bag.
Stop laughing at me.
A hot Nashville sandwich covered in chocolate. Actually, that sounds great. With pickles dipped in chocolate. There you go. That should do it. I want a nickel from every time they sell something. I don't know.
A chocolate covered pickle.
A nickel for a pickle. And nearby also, another place that it was always so busy when we walked by. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about chocolate covered pickles. Every time we walked by there, it was so busy that we actually did get a chance. But the cab driver, when I was coming from JFK to our hotel, actually pointed it out to me. But the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory.
Yeah. The
Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory. He said he's like, my family and I have been going there for almost 30 years. Most people in Brooklyn know, this is one of the stops you go to if you want ice cream or something like that. But the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory, and with good reason. I mean, every time we went by there,
it was packed.
Yes, it was a warm day and people were looking for sweet treats, cold treats, whatever. But like that, again, that's one of those things. Like if you see a crowd in New York, like that's good.
Right.
That's a good sign. So I would like to go there.
Yeah. I
did not want to stand in line for that long to get ice cream. Also, ice cream and I have a battle sometimes.
You are not friends.
And I am often on the losing end of that. Anyway, chocolate covered pickles. No. So giving you some great food locations to go check out. And of course, Brooklyn and New York, known for pizza, known for these things. You can go by like DeFera or Grimaldi's.
Right. And then
pizza.
Right next to Grimaldi's was Giuliana's Pizza, which had a line out the door every time I went by that place too.
Yeah.
And it's right there by River Cafe, the Osprey, Brooklyn Ice Cream. All these places are kind of right together in the same area. It's very walkable, as you were saying. So you can kind of hit your coffee, lunch, dinner, ice cream, all within a few block radius right there.
Yeah. And again, like we're only talking about really two neighborhoods. There are so many different wonderful eateries that are popping up on best of lists all the time in all of these different neighborhoods that we didn't even get a chance to even drive by, much less check out. But I think Brooklyn is definitely one of these areas that like you need to keep a constant eye on,
right?
Like because there's always something new, and it always seems to be ranked in the best of the best, or in consideration for like James Beard finalists,
right,
or Michelin star or recommendations or things like that. And that's how vibrant that food scene is too. And we only mentioned a few things, but there is such a diverse food offering. As far as great Thai food, Vietnamese, any kind of like traditional Mexican and things of this nature. And there's just so many countless other ones that, I can't even get into. But we're coming up close to the end of the show here, but if you had a favorite moment in our short time in Brooklyn, what would it be?
I thought it was kind of fun that we rode the carousel amongst all the field trippers.
there were 800 12-year-olds and then you and I.
Yeah, we were in line with a bunch of kids going to the carousel on part of their field trip, and then just two middle-aged people.
There you go. We had fun. Thanks for joining us. This is the Unscaled Travel Show. We'll see you guys next time. Chocolate dip pickles.